is ASMR. And as you can tell, I am doing finger pointing at the camera. Now, this is just computer camera right here. I'm also doing just random and visual triggers, but the focus is on mouth sounds and on pretty much poking the camera, more or less. I'm not quite poking it, but more like right next to it. This video is coming due to a request. So, I figure the very first video of January, the very first video uploaded on a second Friday, no left from past video. If you watched it, if you like the sound, you watched the last video. So, on the note today, this video is actually being recorded way in advance, which is a surprise. Surprise. This is a very good feeling to be able to record so far in advance and be able to upload twice in 1 month. Hopefully, I still have to sort out the roleplay video, which was supposed to come in November. But, yeah, still need to figure out if I'm walking through those woods myself, or if I'm just going to look up the rules of fair use, make sure I'm all okay, and use it from another video. And don't worry, if I did that, I would of course give them a link and make sure everything is kosher. I gotta say, this video has like just started, pretty much. I'm not gonna have the 5-minute mark yet, and I'm probably gonna go for at least 20, maybe over, and see what happens. But this is actually probably some of the more unique triggers that I have done in a while. Well, I have no idea if I'm actually making so many weird sounds that there is inherently going to be people who click on this video, go, oh, yeah, so far so good, and then they hear what I just did, and they're like, that's high pitched, how the hell am I supposed to sleep to that? And then they go away. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it does. So, yeah, I do have some things to say, so too bad you guys don't get no mouse sounds for a little bit, okay? But yeah, this is the first video that's coming on the second Friday of the month for January. I'm actually not fully certain on when that date is. I know the 9th is the second Monday, right? Yeah, first Monday. So the 9th is the second Monday. So I can do the counting on that, of course. So the 10th is Tuesday, and the 11th is Wednesday. The 12th is Thursday, and the 13th is Friday. It's a, it's a Friday the 13th, everybody. That's actually amazing. Friday the 13th is my favorite day of, well, it's not like every month thing, but if it was my favorite day of the month, 13th generally, I just love 13 personally. It's one of my favorite numbers, which I know it's an unlucky number, but I don't care. I like 13 personally. I like the 13. So, it's very fitting that when I get into a pattern, it's on my favorite day. Now, hmm. So, yeah, the hope is that I'm going to start seeing an increase in views because what I have noticed is that views tend to be higher for generally pretty much everything. Even, that old hiccup video that tends to get like 10 views every day. If you even pick up on that a little bit whenever I upload. So the hope is that by uploading twice every month, and then hopefully we'll be going to 4 relatively soon, that will make it to, well, it will just make it way easier for me to grow and continue growth. Because right now, I would like to grow, see what happens. Right now, I think the major focus is just that I want 500 subscribers. Why do I want that? Apparently, you can post on YouTube. You can post on YouTube like it's like Twitter or something. But unlike Twitter, where I actually have to hope people follow me, which for the record, I got Twitter, so if you got Twitter, you can follow me. It is, oh, it should actually be visible on my, I don't know what they're called. I think it's a banner. I think it's a YouTube banner is what they're called. But, yeah, I believe my Twitter handle is on that YouTube banner. And I'm pretty sure there's also like an about section on YouTube or something. I'm almost certain I've linked everything in there as well. I also got Patreon. I'm still not activating that, nor will I activate it for quite some time because I don't feel like I can activate it until I've got some subscribers. Otherwise, I don't know when I will get a mic that is better than this because I know that this mic right here is okay at best. It does the job, kind of, but not well. Not well at all. It kind of has this kind of lo-fi effect. So that is intriguing. I love when things sound weird because it generally means that someone likes it. And, you know, as I said, it's crap on a production standpoint. I could not use this mic if I was going to try and do voice acting, which, is like this backstage thing that I signed up for a while ago. I never did any work there, but part of the thing that I'm thinking of is if I get an ASMR mic, like a Blue Yeti, that's actually considered a good condenser microphone, period. Outside of ASMR as well. So, before I forget to touch it in a while. So, the idea is pretty simple. The idea is that I get that mic, I record 4 times a month, or at least 2 times, record using that mic pretty much exclusively, except if I go to 4 times a month, maybe I'll do like a lo-fi day or something. Maybe. Depending on if people like that. But that is the idea in its essence. Is I do that, and then I can also do a little bit of voiceover work just to get my myself acquainted with it, see if maybe I can start getting paid for it. Because I got a bunch of little voices, and you'll start hearing them eventually. I think the role play, I recorded this back in November, mind you, so I don't actually remember the voice, and I would have to study it if I wanted to redo the character. But he has a nice little voice. Originally, I was going to make it Southern, actually, but my Southern accent is not that good. I still have to work on that. So I think he sort of just ended up with my own accent, but I think he might have had a slower way of speaking, and he was more assertive. But that was pretty much it. Um, but yeah, because here's the beautiful thing. There's actually a bunch of ways to do a bunch of really cool voices. It's really easy. So the one everyone thinks of is the good old accent. Now, there's only one issue with accents, which is one. Well, actually, there's multiple. So the first one is that you actually have to be good at an accent in order to do it. You have to be good at it. You have to be good at it. You have to be good at it. And it's hard to be good at accents because you're looking for an accent that's probably very different from your own. So, like for instance, a British accent. Generally, Americans are absolutely awful at British accents. I can't really do it yet. I've still been trying to work that out. But it's not like an active process and you're working out, so it's not going to come one day where I'm going to be like, yay, I can talk like the guy from Lucifer. I think his name's like Carmelis or something. I can talk like that man. Like, no, I can't do that right now. So, but if anyone's wondering how you get good at accents, one of the easiest ways is obviously one if it just naturally comes to you. Sometimes happens. There's this accent that I might do for you in this video just to see if people like it. That it sort of just came to me. It wasn't actually intentional, but I did it anyway. So, what was I saying? But anyway, sometimes you can get these accents that just sort of come to you. But other times you have to work for them, and when you have to work for them, one of the easiest ways is just to listen to somebody whose accent you like, and more or less try and copy how they speak. And then you can go from there once you've actually figured out the accent and gotten good at it. Where you can probably, for example, if I was listening to good old Tom Ellis and I was like, yeah, he's the guy who I want the British accent from. He's the guy for me. Well, I could probably, once I figured it out, make it more British, man, if I really wanted to. Or it would at least be easier if I just listen to some old British guy. It doesn't really matter who it is. And then apply what I already know to that voice. That's the that's the idea right there. That was a weird sound. I've never made that sound before. Uh, but yeah, so let me show you that accent that we're talking about. So first off, um, I guess I didn't stop telling you the problem of accents. The second problem actually is very relevant, which is that depending on who you are, it could be considered offensive for you to do the accent, depending on who you ask. Now, generally, I've actually looked into this because I'm a big fan of anthropology, sociology, and social rights in general. I believe everyone should be equal, and I believe that everyone has the right not to be disrespected based upon who they are. If you're going to disrespect someone, it should be based off of what they do, not who they were born as, because they can't help that, but they can help what they do. So if you want to make fun of what's a topical one that's well, Kanye. If you want to make fun of Kanye because of all the things he's saying, very fair. But obviously, don't make fun of Kanye because of the color of his skin. That's messed up. You don't make fun of Kanye because of how he talks either, because that's how he talks. That's innate to him. That kind of stuff is not okay. It's messed up. So to me, the major thing with accents, about what I've seen, is that it's okay for instance, a white person do an Indian accent, or a black person do a British accent. Albeit no one really complains about the black person British accent, especially when there are black people in Britain, and very few people are going to complain about you know like a black person doing an Asian accent. That's going to get less hate naturally because we consider power demographics and all that. You could agree with that statement, whether or not it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, all these things are true. That there are these considerations that happen. However, oftentimes they're innate, but some people are actually educated to kind of spot them. But the major thing is that it is okay to make these accents, assuming you are not trying to perpetuate stereotypes and make fun of people. That's the issue. If the accent is for a character, it's generally considered fine, but there are some societal expectations, which gets me into the accent that I'm going to be trying to do. And if you guys don't like it, just let me know. I don't have to bring it out for the sake of this channel. It's not necessary for me to break it out. Oh, and there's also the question of, you know, um, like Cleveland Brown was voiced by a white actor originally. Although I think he's since departed and is now voiced by Cleveland Brown's now voiced by a black actor, I believe. I believe that's the case. And that's kind of controversial because the question is, these are actors that are meant to take on these roles. It's the same idea of, if you're going to be playing a disabled character, should you yourself be disabled? Is that a mistake? And all those questions are kind of hard to put. But generally, I would agree with the basic fact of you probably shouldn't be taking jobs away from people. That's probably not something you should do. But obviously, do character voices. And if, for instance, you're doing a one-man show, obviously you can do all the voices yourself. If it's a one-man show, you don't need to worry about hiring someone. But the question is just, are you doing the accent tastefully? So the accent it's more or less kind of it comes across as kind of African, although that was not actually the intent of the door. Uh, idea with the character came first. So the character is a D&D guy, and he was a shaman of a village of people called wizard folk. And the idea that I wanted to convey with the character was one, in Draconic, which is their native language, that is where he is fluent. So when he is talking in the Draconic dialect, he is talking quickly, he is being much more confident in the words that he says, and everything is much more understandable in general. However, what I did was I made it to where he also speaks a few other languages, like Common, of course, because you can't speak Common in D&D. And in that language, he is less comfortable, and his word choice takes longer because he has to figure out what the words are. And certain words relate to him. Because in Draconic, I don't remember where I saw this, but what I saw was that in Draconic there are no pronouns. So there's no I, there's no me. So this one is what this one would state to detect me. That's what the character does. And then there's a bunch of other little facets of the character. And yeah, the only issue I've had with the boys, which, yeah, it's kind of annoying because the reason why there's any issue with this voice is because there's significant amounts of racism towards black people, and there's also, it's not racism is the proper word, but there's a lot of discrimination towards African-based immigrants. And the issue is when you put on a voice that is sounds African, even though this voice was not constructed with an African mindset, not African mindset, with an African accent in mind, uh, it can kind of elicit these feelings. Now, I of course don't feel that way at all. In fact, I believe that, as I've said, everyone deserves equal treatment. Equal treatment is what we deserve, and I wish that things were that way. Sadly, they are not, because, the world sucks. That's kind of the truth of it. But this is, of course, not my only character list, which is why, if you guys don't want to hear it, because you kind of think it's a little bit offensive, just let me know. Uh, it's okay. I'll retire it, and I'll even edit that talk entirely out of this video. I actually gotta remember to keep touching the camera because that was kind of the point of this whole video. Support the arm with the other arm, am I right? Yeah, it is weird to do it with the camera like this because it's so easy to get off screen. Because I'm actually hovering right in front of the camera right now, but it doesn't seem like it. I actually have to go to the right of the camera a little bit to get this beautiful image right here. But yeah, what was I even saying? I keep losing track. But yeah, I can easily edit it out of this video entirely if people don't like it, because it's weird on the internet because you have to actually watch out for these things, and obviously there's always people who are upset no matter what you do, and the key is you never really want to go out of your way to jeopardize who you are just to make them like you, because it's pointless. It's pointless game. They're not gonna like you no matter what you do. So you might as well do what you want what other people think of it, because it's just so easy to actually seek feedback and make sure they're not making you feel uncomfortable. So if you do, reach out, and if this is just a small subset, obviously it doesn't. Um, it's it's not that it doesn't matter, but if it's a very small subset of people that don't, then it's whatever, you know. Because again, it's one of those things where I can understand why you would feel this way. So I don't hold it against you by any means, even if you don't like it. Even though I think personally it's probably fine. Um, I do want to actually get feedback on it because I feel feedback is very, 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 very valuable. Very valuable. Very, very, very valuable. So that's what I was doing today with that. But this isn't my voice. Like for instance, I can talk in a more distinguished manner, where I am talking a bit slower and I am being more articulate, where I am saying a bunch of rather verbose words to show off my expansive verbatim and sort of talk in a sort of pompous way, if you will. That's a very easy voice. All I'm doing is I'm slowing up my words, and the key is that it feels different from the other one. So I mean, try not to add the accent and do the Shaman guy really. So this one is sorry, can I keep in there a little bit? So this one is this one is what is called cola. In your tongue, this one would be referred to as a diesel book. So yeah, I can't actually do too much more because it's really hard to actually move the accent from my character who you designed the accent with. Which, again, the accent wasn't actually intentional, but it was my first thought with the character. So it's a hard thing to actually move it. I was able to do it a little bit, because the key to the character is that the character speaks a little bit slower when he's there. We go now again when he is speaking common. It's his mental sound, like he's struggling to find the words. It is not a matter of him trying to come up with fancy words to say, which is why most of his words are more simple. They are meant to be of the impression that they are coming to his mind because he is thinking of words in another language and then he is saying them in common. That is the impression he is supposed to give. And you hear this all the time in your normal life because you are going to see people who speak predominantly one language but speak English. And at certain points, depending on their fluency, they might actually not come across like this at all. But sometimes you do. Like I know that I'm still kind of new, so this one knows that this one, um, this one, this one, this one. Gotta remember the accent for it. This one is knows a little bit of German, and when I try and speak in German, um, it's the same idea where I'm taking quite a bit of time to consider the next words to say. I might think of a whole sentence, I might think of only a few words, and that is the goal of the character. Is that is what he is supposed to sound like, and otherwise he also it's more in the throat than my normal speaking voice, so it's deeper as a result of that. But it's important to note that this character is actually an incredibly intelligent character, and that comes up constantly, where one, his full intellect is expressed when he's speaking Draconic. So without the accent, this one is a Qua, and this one is a okay. That one I hear from. It becomes hard to switch back and forth, which luckily Draconic doesn't come up too often. It can come up a lot in D&D, but it doesn't come up too often. So, but so let's say it's going for that one. So, what we will do. So what these ones will do is we will go into the forest. We will walk and we will crouch, and then we will come out and we will surprise them. Surprise them. We will hit them full force. Full force. This one says full force, and we will absolutely butcher them. They will have no chance. They will die quickly, suddenly. That is going to be how we are going to do it. And we will have, in case we are outnumbered and there are issues where we do not expect these issues, we will have archers going through the trees and they will shoot the moment we get in trouble. Because after all, this is so important that we must be willing to die for it. And if we are not willing to die for it, then who will? So, I kind of sucked, not gonna lie. But the point is that he's very articulate and he speeds up his voice. And to be honest, I don't even have to do it like too much for it to be very noticeable that I'm making explicit change that is intentional, which is the goal. And that should always be clearly apparent when you are doing things like what I do with this character. But yeah, so I stopped doing the accent, or at least I tried to minimize it. It is hard because of the nature of it, and that's because I want to show it off without being offensive if potentially you got offended at the earlier bit. And do let me know if it is or is not. And please keep in mind, even if it's a minority that finds it offensive, if they're vocal and no one else is vocal about support, then I'm just going to assume people don't like it and I'm not going to do it again. But if you like it and you're like, man, that voice is awesome, it is tingly, I really want to see a role play with it and express support for it. Because if I see enough support, then I know that, hey, this voice is fine. And then I can always address it later if I find that I had too small of a sample size or something. So, yeah, I ranted quite a bit here, not gonna lie. I think I mostly kept the request, but I admit I definitely ranted. Sorry guys, I have a habit of ranting. I can avoid ranting, but it is difficult for me to avoid ranting. And I have to go in with the explicit purpose of not. And with this one, because the next video is coming up pretty soon as a role play, and I'm looking for, what's going to be my role play in February. I basically want to see, can I do the voice for February? Is that going to be fine? Because it is by far my strongest voice. And realistically, I don't think I can take out the accent for the purpose of YouTube, especially given that I do use it for the D&D session itself because I've already asked people how they felt about it. I've been very careful about that. I made sure they could talk to me if they weren't comfortable because I can move it. It's not a big deal. I can always figure out a different way of saying things because originally I had a character that was similar, but the way I spoke with him was awful. I tried to use gutturals. For anyone wondering, gutturals is kind of stomach, your stomach. And this is actually a bit altered because it was more like, mm, it's actually hard to do it. Sorry about that. This one is this one is yeah, I can't do it now. It's too hard. The one way actually is easy enough. I can do that. So you have come to see smoke to devour. It almost feels like, yeah, it kind of feels like a smog with an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. That's weird. But it's actually, I can do that with relative ease. However, I know about 20 minutes in, I have issues. I would have issues with it. And that's kind of the point I was getting to, even though I can't do the voice. I might be able to do it if I was up, but due to the fact that I'm laying down right now, the channel there is just compromised. It's not possible for me to do it. Not possible. Not even remotely. So I have no idea what I will call this video because I need to articulate that there are mouth sounds that I poke the camera. But I also need to articulate that there's a bunch of weird places. So yeah, that will be fun. I'm sure that will be a fun thing. And I've also got to go ahead and come up with a thumbnail. So I will have to take a picture of this separately, but it will look very similar to this. Actually, let's do a double. Can I do a double trouble and do it actually? Yeah, my depth perception is terrible today. Oh my god, this is off. Oh my god. Something like this, maybe. He'll probably actually do one finger because probably my left one because I'll actually have to take a photo like this. And it'll be a terrible thumbnail, but it my thumbnail. But yeah, let me know what you think of the voices in general because I can always come up with them and do more. And you know, I got to figure out what I'm doing for February, and I got to figure out how I can do November's video. That will be this January because it's possible I'll have to push it back even further if I can't figure it out, and I'll just have to go with something easy. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. But hopefully the video will come out just fine. Hopefully, because if so, it'll actually be completely uploaded and done with the month way earlier than I ever would be normally. So that'd be nice. But anyway, this video has gone on for a very long time. It's one of my longest non-roleplay videos, if not my longest one. Most streaming ones tend to be way longer. However, that one was looped. It was only, I think, like 20 minutes all I recorded of it. So I wouldn't even consider that one to be longer, really. But I think this one might actually take the cake. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Ooh, ooh, but please, everyone, remember like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and do let me know about the voices and all that. Um, it really helps to get feedback and you guys commenting, liking, subscribing, all that. Liking the notification bell. That's the all of that. It helps make the channel grow. It helps make sure that I get more possible views and I have a higher chance of getting more views because it will show in more people's feeds. So, please be